Okay, I'm going to do a couple of examples. The first example is I have this rectangle, EFGH, and I'm asked to give the area of the rectangle. So it's in inches. So each side is in inches. So the formula, remember, for area for a rectangle is equal to length times width. Length times width, or height times base times height, what have you, okay? And so in this case, we've got 9 inches by 5 inches. So it's going to be 9 times 5, which is going to be 45. But again, it's inches squared. It's squared units. So it's going to be inches squared. Okay, now, what's the perimeter? Well, the perimeter, again, is just you add up all the sides. Well, we know that for a rectangle, opposite sides are the same. So this is what we have. So you can just add up all the sides. Or remember, the perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So that's going to be what? 2 times 9 plus 2 times 5, which gives us 18 plus 10. Which then gives you 28 inches. Okay? Now, what's the other example? Well, let's read. So this is an application, sheet metal trades. It says a rectangular opening 12 inches long must have the same total area as 2 smaller rectangular vents, 6 inches by 4 inches. And 8 inches by 5 inches. What must the width of the opening, what must be the width of the opening? So let's read that again. So again, we want to make sure we understand what's going on. A rectangular opening, 12 inches long, must have the same total area. Okay? So we have an opening, a rectangular opening that's 12 inches long. Okay. So here's our rectangular opening. It's 12 inches long. Okay, now it says it must have the same total area as 2 smaller rectangles. Okay, well, here's the 2 smaller rectangles. Let's do this rectangle, and let's do this rectangle. Okay, so what are the dimensions of the 2 rectangles? They give us 6 by 4. So let's say this is 6 by 4, and those are inches. And the other smaller one is 8 by 5. So let's say this is an 8 by 5. Okay, again, don't worry about the pictures. Pay attention to the dimensions. So what's the area? Let's call this area 1, and this is area 2, and this is area 3. So what we're told is that area 3 must be equal to area 1 plus area 2, right? This area has to be equal to both of these areas combined. So what's this area? Well, A1 is what? 6 times 4, which is 24. So that's going to be 24 square inches. And what's the area of the second triangle, A2? Well, that's going to be 5 times 8, right? Length times width. So 5 times 8, which is 40. So that's going to be plus 40 square inches. Oops, yeah. Now, what's the sum going to be? Well, the sum is going to be 64 inches squared. Okay, now, that means A3 is equal to 64 square inches. So the question is what is W? What's the width of this rectangle? Well, we know that area equals length times W, right? Well, and we know the area and we know the length, we need to know the width. So we're going to solve for W. So that means W equals A over L, right? And so what's A3? Well, in this case, it's going to be A3, right? And so what's A3? A3 is 64. Divided by what? The length, which is 12. So what is this going to be? Well, this is going to be 5 and what? 5 1/3 inches, right? And that's it. Have a great day.